Hello, everybody. I just wanted to come on here because I had something on my mind that I wanted to share with you. Busiest days, so I left my headphones on instead of switching to my mic. But so you did read the title right. I have 9 jobs, and I will tell you what they are. It is important if you are an independent contractor or a freelancer to have many jobs that you have the option of doing. So I know I'm going to get comments. Let me just say that I never ever am doing all 9 jobs at the same time or even in the same week. They are all options. Most of my jobs have either no or very little minimum time requirements. So that helps too. Like maybe I can go 6 months without working at one of the jobs and then just pick up some hours if I need it. They're all basically just options. Some of them I wasn't sure if I should count it as 1 job or 2 jobs. So my numbers may be a little off. You let me know when I get to it. I'll explain, and let me know in the chat if you would count it as 1 or as 2 or as 3. So anyways, I did a video a few years ago called 6. Let me tell you what they are. Let me start with, so first of all, teaching online, but then within teaching online, I've got ESL. So I have VIP Kid, GoGo Kid, and Cambly. They're all, I either can do one or the other, but the thing is, if I lose my contract at VIP Kid, I have GoGo Kid. So I have those as far as ESL. VIP Kid's my first, GoGo Kid's my backup. Cambly is the backup to the backup. They don't pay a lot, so literally I only use them during like Chinese New Year and very little. And you can do Cambly during the day, so I could use it as a backup for OutSchool, but I never do. So I'm not going to count that as a backup for OutSchool. Okay, so then I have OutSchool, as you all know, which is my number 1 priority job. I also want to say that out of all these jobs, some of them I've had for years. Sometimes I'll switch which one is my priority. Sometimes I'll have one as a priority. It comes first. All my other jobs come around that. It is during the day. It is American based. All right, so something else that I just did for the first time this year, I did an online course for adults to help adults get started on their OutSchool business. So this is totally on the side, an independent thing. It was something I did new this year with 3 other teachers. So that was a new experience. If I told you the lump sum of money, I'm a little private about that, you would think it was a lot of money, but I did a lot of work. I wish I'd kept track of the amount of hours. So I could say, I made like $7 an hour, $10 an hour. It was a lot of work, but I might be able to continue making money for it later. We might make it into a flex course. We're still discussing at this time what we're going to do, but that is one way I make money. I am a freelance videographer. Before I started teaching at VIP Kid, that actually was my main job. Actually, I had 2 contracted jobs within that company before I started VIP Kid. And as of recently, I'm making that second after OutSchool. So with COVID, I decided on my own to stop working there for a while because I was afraid of COVID and going places in public. So like literally I worked there recently. I worked there 6 months before that, and before that 6 months. All right, so here's one I'm not technically doing right this second, but it is an option. Let me explain. Substitute teaching for the public school. That kind of is really low on my priority list. It's like backup to the backup to the backup, but it's kind of always there with the exception of summer, of course. With the exception of summer, it's always an option. Now, let me tell you what happened. As of right now, this second, I actually am not qualified to sub. Because I let that go, but I'm still counting it because I plan on getting that again, and it was an option for a long time. So I say no minimum. This one had a super lenient minimum. All you had to do was 1 job in an entire year to stay on there. Well, last year, my daughter kept telling me around January, February, you really should sub. You know, you want to keep your foot in the door. Yeah, I have until June. Well, then we all know COVID happened. I wasn't able to sub. So I actually got off the list. Now I have to go through the long process. It was a long process to get online for subbing again, but I'm going to do it. And this time I'm going to do it when I don't need a job. The best time to apply to these types of contract jobs is when you're not desperate, because it can take a while. At the time, all I had was my freelance job, and then it was a long process. Anyways, so other ways that I make money, I consider the rest of these things kind of bonuses. I don't rely on the income. I never know when they're going to come in. They're not something I count on. I just consider it extra when they come. So I'm going to lump these two together: referrals and affiliate links. Referrals for any of the companies: VIP Kid, GoGo Kid, OutSchool, Cambly, kind of, but they don't pay much. You can get referrals. So I don't know if I should count that as a job on its own, or would you put that under the umbrella? Like if you refer for VIP Kid, that comes under the VIP Kid job, or that comes under the GoGo Kid job. And I threw in affiliates with the referrals because, you know, for me, they're all kind of just something that comes randomly. But maybe if you were someone who did a lot of affiliate marketing and you did a lot of referrals, you might count that as separate. Or like I said, referrals could come under the company. Here's something else I do. I'm a brand contributor for GoGo Kid. Would you count that as a separate job, or would you count that under the umbrella of working for GoGo Kid? But then again, it is a separate thing that I'm doing. Anyways, honestly, I don't make a lot of money from being a brand contributor, but it is another way that money comes in. And I am hoping I can make, you know, maybe get money from referrals, get money from other things from being the brand contributor. So as well. So those are all the things that I do. So, you know, at one point in time, VIP Kid was my number one priority. If my freelance job asked me to come in early, they had to give me 2 weeks notice so that I could, you know, put my VIP Kid schedule around that. Well, no longer. OutSchool, VIP Kid's now third. I canceled 2 classes the other day just so I could freelance. So my priorities switch. You know, when VIP Kid lowered our pay and took away a lot of incentives and things like that, just so happened, this was coincidence, OutSchool came along and that was booming and going great. And now I had that. We never know what's going to happen. If bookings go down at OutSchool, I can make something else my priority. I can make my freelance video job my priority. But I always have these options. So let's say there's rumors right now that I'm speaking that, you know, the Chinese government is going to limit private tutoring. VIP Kid and GoGo Kid could go away. I will not be happy if that happens, and I will lose some money, but it's not going to totally bankrupt me because I have all these other things that I could do. I just say, okay, I can't do that anymore. I'm going to go over here and do this a little more. So always have options, especially in this world where nothing's guaranteed and things are always changing and you never know what's going to happen. Give yourselves options. All right, let me know how many jobs you have and where you're working and how you decide what's priority. And thanks for watching. Bye, everyone. Zai Jian.